Welcome back. Well, last week we had a discussion that apparently really resonated with you folks, and that was about how much money I had made in the last 8 months on YouTube. And I thought we would just touch on this again because in your comments, a lot of you indicated that this is something you would like to try to do for yourselves. And you're wondering if you can do it. Well, the quick and easy answer is, oh my goodness, yes. The video I posted on May 25th, 2019 on YouTube was the first video I ever made in my life, and I've been making them ever since. So, can you do it? Of course. I mean, I am like a social media idiot. And if I could do it, you better believe you can do it. So let's talk about it. We'll be right back. So here we are, the admitted social media idiot. I don't have an Instagram account. I don't even know how they work. I have a Facebook. Oh my goodness, I should tell you about my Facebook account. It's not even in my own name. Many years ago, I opened a Facebook account. So, oh, here's my Facebook account. I had no idea what to do with it, so I ignored it. And all of a sudden, I started getting these emails from people, mostly female names, who wanted to friend me on Facebook. And I had no idea who these people were. I thought, oh, they want to be my Facebook friends. Isn't this cute? So I said yes, and then yes, and yes. And eventually, I got a lot of them, and I let Facebook say yes for me. It was like, we accept all friend requests, something like that. I don't even know if you can still do that anymore. And I had like 4,000 Facebook friends all of a sudden. And I couldn't understand it at all. So I tracked back and got in touch with one of my first few Facebook friends, a lovely person named Natalie. And little Natalie was a junior high school girl off in like Nebraska somewhere. And she had friended me at random because in their junior high school, the kids had some sort of competition to see who could gather the biggest posse, which apparently is a group of Facebook friends. And of course, when I said yes, Natalie shared my name with somebody else, and I said yes to them. And it was like, oh, great. So I was Facebook friends with every junior high school girl in the state of Nebraska. Totally freaked me out when I figured out that's what had happened. And I thought, I don't know what this is all about, but whatever it is, it's not for me. So that's my Facebook story, and that gives you some sense of who I am in the realm of social media. I am like the slow-witted little brother that you kick out of the way and say, don't worry, I'll take care of it for you. So if I could go on YouTube, pretty much anybody could. So let's talk about what you need to start being a YouTuber. The first thing you're going to need is some equipment. Now, today, just to see if I could do it, I uploaded a video that I made of my physical therapist's parking lot. I made it in the parking lot with my cell phone, uploaded it to my YouTube account. I was able to do it. Now, this is probably like, it's one of those things, it's like, this is such a bad movie, it might actually be funny, but I had to get rid of it right away. I just wanted to see if I could actually do it. Could I take a cell phone, and my cell phone is not even one of those ultra fancy cell phones, and can I post a video just using my phone? So yes, I can. And if I can with my non-fancy cell phone, I'm sure anybody with a fancier cell phone would have no trouble at all, and you wouldn't need any extra equipment. But are you going to get a quality video out of that? I don't think so. You're going to have to do some editing. And in order to do editing, you're going to need a computer, you're going to need editing software. Because frankly, I have no idea how you can edit a video on your cell phone. I just don't think it can be done. And if it can be done, I just don't think it can be done with the same quality you can do using a computer. So I would say, in terms of the equipment you need, you're going to need a computer. Doesn't even have to be a new fancy computer. I have done editing on the computer that I keep in my back room attached to the printer for writing out, labels and whatever. That is a 2007 computer. I know because I'm still getting these notices from Windows saying, the 2007 software isn't yours anymore. You have to buy it again. It's like, no, I won't. I'm sorry. I bought that. You don't buy things twice. This is mine. I'm keeping it. I don't understand Windows. I don't think I ever will. So 2007 computer where I'm getting, sort of out-of-date notices on the software. I've done video editing on that. It's come out just fine. You're going to need video editing software. Now, video editing software, you can buy it, or you can get it free. A good free program is called Shotcut, S-H-O-T-C-U-T. And the reason I think that would be a good choice for anybody starting out, even though it's not the one I started on, is because YouTube is just chock full of tutorials. If you go to YouTube and put Shotcut tutorial in the search engine, you're just going to come up with page after page. Specific issues, beginners, overall, familiarity with Shotcut, everything. If that software can do it, somebody has put out a video showing you how to make it happen. So that would be a really, really good choice for somebody starting out, especially because it's free. And if you get good, if you want something else, you can go and buy it. But just getting started, you're keeping your initial costs, your startup costs down by using Shotcut. Now, as I say, I do not use Shotcut. I use another program that is okay. It works for me. I'm not going to recommend it, so I'm not going to give the name because, frankly, I don't like their marketing. I feel they engage in very deceptive marketing. So as a consequence, hell will freeze over before I give them a free plug. But it is the one I use because despite the fact that I don't like their marketing, they've got a product that's okay. That's as far as I'll go on that. And you're probably going to need a camera. The camera that comes with your computer is probably just not up to the task. So your editing software is free. Your camera, what are we talking in terms of cost? I use a Logitech. That runs right through my computer. It's not independent. I prefer to do it this way. I'm more comfortable with this. Other people might be more comfortable with the smaller camera they can take around with them. I'm still nervous about this, so I like having this attached to my computer. My camera's a Logitech. I think I paid about $45 to $50 for it. It was not very expensive. Got it on eBay. I'm sure if you go on, you're going to be able to find cameras that are much the same, if not even better, probably in the same price range. But if you want something here, this is something I picked up. This is a Nikon video camera. I got this for $30 at Walmart. It does all kinds of things, I know, because it's got an instruction booklet this thick that I've never read. What I do know for sure is it's waterproof. So if I ever figure out how to take pictures, I can do it in the shower. can't comment too much on it because I'm really not good at using it yet. And so far, the pictures are not great. But that's probably because I haven't read that manual yet. Another one I have, and this is so old, I have no idea how much I paid for it. I've had this for about 12 or 15 years. This is an HP digital camera. The Bad Photobomb Kitty got into a mood the other day, and he just wanted cuddle. And he jumped all over the place, all over my desk. Believe it or not, one of the few sentences that cat understands is, "You are on my desk." When I say that, he will actually jump off. He took the camera with him the last time he jumped off, and I had to do some work to fix it. I got another camera on eBay that, was just in deep trouble, but it had enough parts so that I could fix this one. I love this one. This will take video. It takes good still pictures. And as opposed to, the Nikon here, I know how to use this one. So cameras, not very expensive. So essentially, even including the cost of the computer, because you can go to Walmart, and I'm always mentioning Walmart. The reason I do it is they have good prices and they're everywhere. You can get a computer for about $150 at Walmart, and you can get a camera for another $50. So startup costs $200. Now keep in mind, I am not going to tell you that these are startup costs that you are going to recover with your YouTube ad revenues or anything in a few months, because I don't know that. I would say, if you're going to do this, just don't look to be recovering your costs anytime soon. Consider this to be an expense that may or may not be reimbursed, okay? Because I would hate for you to get into this thinking, well, I'm just going to get out there and my first YouTube check is going to pay for all my costs. It might. I hope it does. My first YouTube check was more than enough to pay for that. I told you how much I had made over the last 8 months. My first YouTube check came less than 2 months after my first video posted, and it was $863.14. So if I had a crystal ball and I could have seen that I was going to make this money and I could have banked on it, well, maybe I would have gotten a fancier camera. Who knows? Actually, I probably wouldn't know. But my point is, it would be great if it happens, but don't count on it. So you've got the cameras. The next thing you need, you got all this. Actually, maybe you need this first, is you need an idea for your videos. You need the story you are telling. What are you doing? You go on YouTube. Why? Now, for some people, they go on YouTube and they just want to talk about their lives and so on and so forth, and that's great. And if you're a Kardashian, like 10 million people are going to be following you because they're interested in your life. But if you are Martha Smith down the street, you're going to be lucky if your nearest and dearest are looking at your videos. What are you going to be able to put out there to the general public that people are going to be interested in hearing? And I don't mean this in a bad way or a negative way. I mean, everybody's got a story to tell, and everybody's story is valuable in its own context. But you put it on YouTube, and the point of going on YouTube is you want to engage your viewers. So you need something that will engage your viewers. And that's when you have to ask yourself, what do I have? And be critical. Ask yourself, would I watch a video about this? Are there videos about this? So let's say, just hypothetically, you collect little elephant figurines, and that's what you want to do your videos about. These are my elephant figurines, and every week we're going to look at a different elephant figurine. Is anybody else doing anything like that? If they are, how many subscribers do they have? Is this something you would watch if someone said, it's the elephant figurine show? Be critical. And just, if you don't think people are going to watch you pulling out your elephant figurines every week, see if there's another way, assuming you still want to do that you can package that so people will be interested. Is there anything special about, the elephant figurines? Can you broaden the category? Can you include porcupine figurines for the porcupine lovers, etc.? Because you need to engage your audience. If you want to put up YouTube videos simply because that's what you want to do, go for it. But if you want to do it with the idea of eventually realizing some ad revenues, then be more critical. Make sure there's an audience for what you want to do. So I think the final thing I want to get into, at least in this particular video, is you're going to need a thick skin. And this is something most people do not understand when it comes to YouTube. When you go out there and you're putting yourself on film and handing yourself to everyone, there are people out there who are not going to like what you're doing, and they are going to comment on it. Sometimes they are not going to be polite. Or sometimes they're going to be downright vicious. You're going to have to cope with that emotionally. And the reason I think that's something important to put out here is that my demographic on the Sue Me YouTube channel is 2/3 is women over 55. And in general, women over 55 are inclined to personalize things. That's how we were raised. We were raised in a generation that told us if somebody said there was something wrong with us, we needed to fix it. We weren't supposed to say, no, there's something wrong with you. We were supposed to look at ourselves and, see if we couldn't step up our game. That's not our fault. That's the generation in which we were reared, and it tends to make us sensitive and make us personalize things. It's not my problem. I grew up with brothers. That's what happened to me. If people insult me, I have to just restrain myself not to insult back. Oh, and keep in mind, people insult you, you're going to have to smile because you don't want to fight with your viewers. That's really bad form. So remember, though, you're putting yourself out there. People are going to say things. It's going to happen. And this is one of the things that you're probably not prepared for, the level of criticism. I'm very fortunate. I've gotten very, very little criticism. And the criticism I get, because of my incredibly inflated view of who I am, I just say, they're stupid. Anybody who insults me has to be an idiot. It's like, but Jocelyn, and I'm sure a lot of you know this, Jocelyn has gotten a lot of criticism, things that have really, really annoyed me. It's amazing. People can say the same thing about me, and I'm like, they're idiots. They say it about her, and it's like, whoa, you're bad. You can't do that. It can be a very sort of emotionally raw situation to be in, very vulnerable. You're putting yourself out there, and the people who are watching you are hiding behind the anonymity of the internet. Please consider whether or not you can cope with that. Now, I'm not trying to say that, if you can't cope with that, there's something wrong with you, or if you can cope with that, you've got the same sort of weird emotional problems I have. No, it's just a fact. And it's a fact that you probably are not counting on dealing with until you face it. And that can be awfully hard on some people. So consider how thick your skin is before you put yourself in such a wide open, vulnerable, exposed situation. If you can cope with it, great. If you don't think you're going to be able to cope with it, don't set yourself up for that. It could end up being a very, very hurtful experience. So, we have covered the equipment you need. You can probably get it all for under $200. You need a story to tell, and it needs to be a story that will resonate with someone. Well, with a lot of people. You need a thick skin. And the one last thing is, if you want to go on YouTube and make videos, engage with your viewers. When people write comments, don't ignore them. I know a lot of people do. A lot of people it's just their general position that I do not respond to comments. In some cases, like Kardashians with 50 million subscribers, it's just not possible. But for smaller channels, if you have fewer subscribers, you're not getting flooded with comments, engage with your viewers. These are the people who are making your channel possible. Don't ever lose sight of that. This is really, really important. Your viewers are the reason you're doing this. And if it's not the reason you're doing this, you really need to look at why you're doing this. If it's just vanity, it's just, I just want to be on YouTube. Oh, well, good luck. I mean, I'm sure for a lot of people it is, but don't delude yourself about it. If you are out there offering information, a service, entertainment, anything, you're offering it to people. If they accept it and they're keeping you on YouTube by watching you, by subscribing to you, engage with them. Don't just ignore them. And just try to keep that in mind, because you want to maintain that connection. Your viewers are going to tell you when you're on target, when you're off target. They're going to show you where your channel should be going. And if you pay attention and listen to them, your channel will grow. If you ignore them, there's a good chance your channel will not grow. So keep this in mind, and we can talk about more specifics. This is what you should probably know going in. And actually, we will talk about more specifics. We'll talk about the actual nuts and bolts. How do you start a channel? Where do you go? What buttons do you click? Very specific stuff. But for now, for the overview, you need to know what you need and can you supply it? Not just physically in terms of the equipment, financially in terms of the money, but emotionally. Can you put enough of yourself into this to make it worth your while? If the answer is yes, well, stick around. I'll show you how to get on YouTube. Now, last time we talked, I told you we were going to do some giveaways this weekend. We're doing 3. Friday, Saturday, and Friday. I always do that. I don't know why. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I think I'm on Australia time. They should send me a wombat. Doing 3 giveaways. The reason we're doing 3 giveaways, and I didn't want to say this at the time because I didn't want to jinx it. I had a feeling we were going to hit 30,000 subscribers by the time this video airs, and we did. So 3 giveaways for 30,000 subscribers. We are starting with this, and this is going to make a great sugar and cream holder, jewelry, makeup, whatever. These are the plates that survived the schoolhouse roof collapse. This bottom plate is a China mark. That tells us it is from between 1890 and 1919. The cup, no mark, pre-1890. So these are antique pieces, and these were the pieces that were damaged. This one got a ding over here, and the plate got a nick somewhere on the rim, and they were repaired in a previous video. So it's very special, at least very special to me, because they are survivors of the schoolhouse disaster. So if you would like to be considered for this giveaway on this video, just leave a comment. I will survive, because that's the theme of this giveaway. I will survive. We may be a little beaten up, but we've come out the other end. So that is today's giveaway. I will be, actually, no, I almost said I will be choosing a winner. I won't. I'm going to let the cat do it again. I've told him he cannot trade winners for treats. So don't even try to bribe him. It's not going to work. I've told him no. Cat will be choosing a winner, and we will announce the winner 2 weeks from today. So you'll have a full week to get your comments in on this video. So between now and next Monday, or I'm sorry, next Saturday, the 7th, get your comments in between now and the 7th. And then I'll give the cat a week. He's a slow reader. He needs it. To choose a winner, and we'll announce it 2 weeks from today. First of our giveaways. All right. Have a terrific time. Remember, we're going to come back to this with more information, but I'm not going to do a 5-hour video of how to get you on YouTube. We're going to break it down into smaller segments. Those of you who are considering doing this, think about everything I've thrown out today. If you're still interested, just stick around. We're going to go through some more of this. And I think one of the things we'll do is we'll talk about how it is I got my channel monetized so quickly. Have a great day. I will see you all tomorrow.